Hello, I'm Nobby Clark. Welcome to my workshop. Just a slightly different view of the workshop this time. About a week ago I was working on a project here in the workshop and had to drill some holes on my cheap bench drill. I'd got the work mounted in a small engineer's vise. Got the drill in position to start drilling, pressed the button on the side of the drill, nothing. Pressed it again, absolutely nothing. I just checked the socket, which is on the side of the drill here, just to make sure it was actually switched on. It was, everything was fine. The socket was working because my bench drill light, which is normally mounted on the side of the drill, came on, so there's no problem there. I was obviously sort of rather worried about this, so I thought best thing to do is have a look at the switch. I'm not very confident in anything electrical at all, but I thought, well, let's unplug the drill and have a look. So the on-off switch is mounted on a small plate with an aperture in it, held in position with two screws up on the side of the bench drill here. I took the screws out and pulled the little face plate off, and the switch just fell off. I looked at it and there were bits of plastic broken off, and little bits of plastic fell on the bench. There were springs and there were metal contact plates and so forth. So I pulled the back part of it out, which is a box, which is actually this bit, and all sorts of bits fell out of the box, so obviously it was completely broken. Now the bench drill I bought, it was one of the early things I bought when the workshop was built. This was in 2016, so the bench drill is about 6 years old. I mean, it has had, well, not a real hard life, but I have drilled a lot of holes with it in all sorts of different materials, everything from plastic to cast iron. So I must have drilled hundreds or thousands of holes with it over the period I've had it. Not being sort of a confident person in electrics, I thought, well, you know, hopefully it would be a simple matter to get another switch and replace it. I didn't want to scrap the drill, which I suppose there are people that if something like this goes wrong, that's what they do, just scrap it and buy another one. But everything on the drill always works fine. The motor sounds really healthy, and I've carried out a few modifications to the drill, which I did show in a very early video of mine, some of the upgrades I'd made. So went back into the house and got onto the internet and sort of started looking around for a replacement. This seems to be a fairly standard type of on-off switch used on lots of things, and lots of different things in workshops. In fact, the on-off switch on my bandsaw is almost identical to this and very similar on my milling machine. Well, I found replacements for these, and in all sorts of different prices. The cheapest way of buying them, obviously the machine is made in China, so are the switches. To order one from China would have been quite inexpensive, but then you've got to wait, I don't know, 3-4 weeks to get one posted over. And I really wanted to find one that as quickly as possible, because having the bench drill out of use would be a real nuisance to me. Although, to carry on with the project, I mean, I'm lucky that I have a milling machine as well, so I was able to do all the drilling I required on that. Although using the milling machine for some drilling operations is a little bit slower than using the bench drill. The bench drill is so easy and quick to set up. Anyway, I found one from a UK supplier. It was about £9, which I guess is pretty reasonable. I'm sure that if you contacted the importer of this bench drill, it's going to be more expensive than that. My wife was also looking to see what she could find from various other sort of suppliers local to where we live, and she actually found there's actually a similar one to it, but they wanted I think it was over £20 for it. But anyway, that I'd found this one quite cheaply, so I ordered it. My wife said, really, you should have ordered two, so that you've always got a spare one handy if it ever goes again suddenly, then you won't be stuck. Or if your bandsaw, the switch went on that, you've got one for that one as well. So I thought, well, what I'll do is order the one from the UK and also order one more cheaply from China, so when that actually arrives, I've got a spare in stock. While I was sitting indoors, I thought, well, the other thing is that something I'm not very confident with is soldering. I mean, I thought that the contacts from the wires in here, there are actually 4 wires, would be soldered into the back of this. So the following morning I came out to the workshop. I measured this up as well, because the seller of this one put all the measurements, so just to confirm it was identical and it would actually fit into the little faceplate. I looked at the back of it and was absolutely delighted to find that it uses, although you won't be able to see it, spaded connectors, so the connectors literally just push in, no soldering required at all. I mean, I realise this is not, perhaps the most interesting YouTube video there is, but there must be people in a similar situation to me that would be sort of worried about even fitting one of these to a machine. So it's just really to pass on the information that it is an easy thing to do. And in fact, a few minutes ago I brought the new switch out, and you'll see it is actually fitted on the machine. It literally took me 2 or 3 minutes. In fact, it took me 2 or 3 minutes just to put the connectors in. It took me more time to get the screws into the holes in the side of the milling machine than anything else, and everything is now working fine. So running and switch off, so I'm pleased it's working again, so I can get on with some more projects now. Well, hopefully that was of interest to someone, that it is an easy thing to repair, and you shouldn't sort of worry about something like this as I do. Anyway, thank you for joining me again in the workshop. Again, thank you very much to all the subscribers to my channel. The numbers are going up quite nicely now, and I am getting some very nice comments as well. And in fact, some of the subscribers to my channel have channels that I regularly watch, channels who are great inspirations to me as well. So special thanks to those people as well that have subscribed and are now watching and commenting on my videos. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again in another video very soon. Bye bye for now.